Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where we left off last time, I was headed to the Shrine of Lamashu. It sounds like a cool place to go. Sounds like it could be something we have to address. You know, Lamashus are enemies, there's goblins around, maybe we should go check out this shrine. Seems like a pretty logical jump. Oh, Keston's here. Oh, okay. Hi, Keston. Seeing you, Keston nods. Under his coat, you notice a suit of armor, a sword hangs at his belt, the guard is ready to fight. I'm happy to see you, my baron. While we were waiting for you, I've had enough time to choose a good place for the ambush. I received your letter, Keston, and I came as soon as I could. Thank you, your grace. I've decided you'd like to see this place with your own eyes. Lamashu Shrine is on the other side of the hill. I suggest we set an ambush right here. The visibility is good, so we can watch the cultists unnoticed and choose the right moment to strike. If you wish, you can examine the location. I'm ready, let's just do it. There's some cultists and some other people. Come to me, Lamashu's children. Today we praise our great mother who imbued Adela's cup with life. Praise the mother of beasts. A glorious day. We are here, Lamashu. Lamashu favors us. She blessed the pack with a new cub, a beautiful female cub, marked by the goddess's sacred touch. Yes, at last. Praise the sacred divine. She has Lamashu's mark on her body. The goddess took cub mother's life as a payment. What a worthless female she was, only able to bear a single child. Goddess something. I went too fast. Life for life, we honor the goddess. We need no weakness. Your weaklings, tell us your bidding. Praise the mother of monsters, the life giver. Attach yourselves to the waters of Lamashu. Open up your veins and something. It went fast again. You guys can just read it. I can't keep up. It's going too fast. Long story short, Lamashu's doing things. And we're gonna go kill them. Hi guys. Curses upon you, Lamashu will avenge your children. I don't think so. Should I cast haste? I mean, it couldn't hurt. They cast their own haste apparently. Go take that one down. He's a spellcaster. That's why you take that one down first. Oh, we're supposed to catch that fleeing cultist? Hang on, well, I gotta loot things first. Alright, he went this way. Safe. I don't think I'm gonna catch him. He's in like a mountain. Oh, it's a map transition. Okay. The stone is covered with strange images. There's something there. Another piece of melted ring. Flat stone is covered with blood and littered with skulls and bones. All that is left from a nauseating ritual. Did he go this way? I wonder if we can actually fail this by not going to get him in time. Alright, we'll go after him.
I will not falter.
Good enough. We'll come back to this zone and grab anything else we missed. The triumph over the wicked Lamashu cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess has slipped away under the cover of darkness and into a narrow gorge amidst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave baron, loyal Keston, and their comrades in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure, clad in black, was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the baron noticed their prey had turned aside and disappeared behind the rocks. After they decided to take a shortcut to catch the cultists by surprise, the party started climbing up the stone ridge. Climbing in the darkness is a difficult task. It's not a joke when you try to catch a stable rock and hear the small stones crumble under your feet. Several times it seemed our heroes were out of luck, but their stubbornness and the thought of the runaway cultists gloating about eluding them gave them strength. Moments later we were at the top. So our heroes found themselves at the top, and just in time, the cultist, barely visible in the darkness, was threading his way through the gorge directly beneath him. It seemed the cultist was so focused on finding his footing, he didn't notice his pursuers perched above him, giving the Baron a chance to strike. What would our heroes do next? We'll cut him off with our monk. Are you serious? She failed both checks? As soon as she set foot on the treacherous sand and gravel slopes, Eileen started to slide down helplessly into a cloud of dust. No wonder that when she finally reached the bottom, the dust had settled, the cultist was long gone. The only hope was that the runaway had been forced to slow down at the edge of the plateau and we could catch him there. As our brave heroes reached the edge of the plateau, the vastness of the Kama lands opened before them. An ocean of high grass as far as the eye could see. A beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in this green sea, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and our hopes lost, we descended to where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones. And then, there before us, good fortune, in his haste our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party set off immediately, driven by a single desire to catch the criminal who dared to escape the punishment of the Baron and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud at which grew deeper as we marched on and seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing our cloaks, and a foul scent filled the air, sure signs that we were heading towards the gnarl marches. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon the cabin at the edge of the swamp. According to Keston, it was a hunter's lodge, owned by Dumra, a hunter who lived there alone and was known for her great temper and little patience. It also looked like it might be a place where the cultists would seek shelter. It was unlikely the runaway would brave the depths of the gnarl marches in the middle of the night. So we pushed open the door and stepped inside, letting a touch of cool night air in. We can always go back to the quick save and... Oh, we're supposed to find him here. Okay, good. I guess. The lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and the counter. Shadows lie in thick around the room. A number of people are here. Well-dressed couple. At one of the tables, a girl in a simple dress dozes near the opposite wall. And at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping the mugs, glaring at you. From the half-open door, you hear the clanging of pans upon metal, presumably a stove. Keston looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seems to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Keston's hands fall to his weapons. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure nobody leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'll look around, I'll find something. As you command, Your Grace. No one will leave this house, I'll make sure of that. Keston looks around the hall once more. My advice, take their room keys. Their personal belongings speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. We're gonna have to investigate. Cool, I like this. Olika, who are you? A young woman stands before you wearing a plain dress and a hooded cloak. Her belly is swollen. She is pregnant and her time is near. The woman manages a bow. I've heard other people calling you Baron. Your Grace, it's an honor to be in your presence. I'm Olika. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? Cultist, that's horrible, but how can I help you? Have you seen anything suspicious tonight? No, I don't think so. Do you know anyone in this hall? First time I've seen these people was when I stepped over the threshold of this lodge. Do you know who came to the lodge last? I heard a noise from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and then this grumpy old lady Dumra came out. I need a key to your room. She hesitates, then takes the key out of her cloak and hands it to you without a word. What are you doing here? I'm taking a rest, or what rest I can after a long day on the road, Your Grace. I'm a widow. Olika stopped short. I barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with a child. And in difficult times like these... I've got a sister in Grelton, God bless her. She's agreed to give me shelter in her house, so I went there. There was nowhere else to go. Are you planning to stay there? I don't know yet, but if things turn out well, why not? It was a long journey for you. I have little coin, Your Grace, so I've had to beg traders on the road to ride in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. This place is at least warm and dry. Okay, I gotta go. I'll go investigate your room. Actually, everyone stay by the door. Nobody leaves.
Stands in my way.
A bearded, middle-aged man stands before you. He wears a massive gold chain on his neck. The woman beside him gives a polite smile and nods at your approach. Greetings, Baron. The man's voice is so low as to rumble. Let me introduce myself. Gabron Tedrim from Restov. He nods to the woman beside him. And this is my wife, Una Tedrim. We've come to your lands to hunt, yet I admit, we did not expect to meet you in person. To what do we owe this honor? Tell me about yourself, please. I'm a legalist, Baron. Cabron hooks his thumbs into his embroidered belt. My job is to ensure Restov's laws are upheld. My wife is a keeper of the hearth and my loyal companion in prolonged journeys. Una nods without a word, her gaze fixed on you. Well, with a difficult job like yours, it's impossible to get by without some divine support. Whom do you address your prayers to? Why, to Abadar, of course, divine patron of law and lawyers. Cabron looks at you intently. Surely you are aware of Abadar, are you not? You must be. No matter. No matter. Oh, yes, of course, Cabron Tedrim. I've heard about you and your famous legal cases. Cabron Tedrim freezes as if someone put a knife to his throat. Is that so? He tries to smile, but his eyes are fearful. I doubt, Baron, that you heard anything concerning me. My family name is a common one. I have so many relatives. I know not a quarter of them. He clears his throat. So you're a judge, then? Cabron smiles slightly. No, not exactly. I work as a legal defendant in cases when a suspect's innocent must be proven, and I admit I have moderate success in this field. Cabron seems to be about to elaborate, then stops. No need to bother you with the tedious details from the courts. Una Tedrim raises her hand. We've decided a trip was in order. My husband worked long... Wait, that's Una, never mind. We decided a trip was in order. My husband worked long hours during the last several months, so we felt a journey would be good for us. Okay. As you wish, Your Grace. You recognize me at once. Do I know you? I doubt it, but news about developments within the Stolen Lands and your role in them have traveled far, Jade Mall. A well-known name beyond your borders. Gabron gives you a polite half-bow. Far from Brevoy, are you not? You seem, Cabron clears his throat. I've heard the wildlife here are excellent sport, so I decided to see for myself. Sort of truth from rumor, you see. Fortunately, my fair wife was in favor of the trip, so here we are. And what kind of prey are you hunting? Cabron freezes. He swallows cougars? He swallows again, as if fighting to take a breath. Magnificent predators, worthy prey for a worthy hunter. He gives an awkward smile. Do you prefer snares or a bow? A bow? Well, I hope you enjoy your hunting. Let's change topics. I need a key to your room. Despite Una's cool expression, you notice a bead of sweat running down her temple as she spots your glance. Her lips tighten. Cabron takes the key from his purse and hands it to you. As you wish, Baron. Have you seen anything suspicious? The Tedrims exchange glances. I'm afraid, Your Grace, we won't be able to help you. Do you recall who came to the lodge in the last hour or so? Cabron casts a glance behind you. On second thought, this young woman, I didn't notice exactly when she entered the room. He turns to his wife. My dear, perhaps you recall, what was the name our hostess used to address her? Olika, sweetheart. Una shrugs faintly. I cannot recall if I saw her at the start of the evening. Do you know who the hostess is? No, I don't, and I must say she doesn't look forward to meeting new people either. Cabron rubs his brow. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Cabron looks around the hall. We are not accustomed to such company, Baron. Besides, from the Rostov legalist point of view, every person in this room is suspicious. It's an odd place to rest for the night. Why, Baron, Una gives a false smile. We adore these charming dwellings. She glances around the dim hall. Her smile remains, but you notice she raises an eyebrow at her surroundings, as if in judgment. Come back to you later, then. I'm pretty sure that Cabron is the person we need. I need to open the kitchen. Hello, Sana. You are looking very suspicious.
I won't be halted.
The kitchen servant is busy grinding herbs with a mortar. She's wearing a dress soiled with dark stains, and her hair is knotted in a bun with a few stray hairs poking free. The woman doesn't appear to notice you as she makes her way to the stove. You notice she's limping badly on her right leg. Before you can speak, she turns, sees you, and freezes. I need the key to your room. Room? She raises an eyebrow. I don't have a room, except here in the kitchen. Bed's a bench. Still warm enough, though. Who are you? Name's Asana. I cook for the Tedrims, nobles from Restov. She wipes her hands with her apron. What will it be? Tell me about your masters. She frowns. No quicker road to trouble. Talking about masters, that is. She glances at your clothes and sighs. How would you like it if your servants were all a gossip about you? They pay regular, not stingy with their coin, they don't yell much, so I count myself fortunate. I do. And why are they here? You think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know it. I mend, I cook, and I serve where I needed. Alright, fine. Have you seen anyone suspicious? What can there be to see? What can be seen here, you say? Sana snorts. Ask Dumra, she runs the house, she does. Anyone come in here recently? Only Dumra came. No doubt checking to see if I'm not palming the silver, as if there's anything to worth steal here. So, there's not. She doesn't mind you cooking in the kitchen? As if she came here herself, she throws up her hands, filth piled in corners. The floor, sandal deep in dirt. I had to work my fingers to the bones to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal, and this... She curls her lips. This cow shed. What are you cooking? She throws a glance at the stove. There's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's midday meal, that is. What's in it? You take the lid off the pan. Some brew boils inside of it. It looks strange and smells odd. You lean over to smell the stew, and immediately flinch. The acrid stench of vinegar feels like a punch in the face. Besides, you can smell some strange spice, which would be appropriate in a dessert, but not in a first course for dinner. This is all suspicious. I bet you they're all bad guys.
Do it my way.
I'm gonna rob this place because I can, and because I'm sure they haven't paid taxes. I'm taking all their potatoes. Alright, so we've talked to those people. We only have Dumra left, I guess. A sturdy, dour-faced dwarf stands before you, hands on her hips. Despite the wrinkles on her face, she looks more than capable of handling herself. The woman looks at you with caution, throwing quick glances towards her companions. Your Grace, she chooses the words carefully. What an unexpected visit. I'm the hostess of this place. My name is Dumra. How can I help you at this hour? How many people are here, except for you? Watch yourself. There are 3 of them, all sitting over there. Dumra nods towards her guests. That one in the kitchen, guessing she's the servant to those 2 noble folk. They look to be carrying all the coin. I'm looking for someone. Can you help me? She gives me a sullen glance. It seems she's not too happy to talk with you, but she doesn't dare refuse openly. A cultist of Lameshtu is hiding in your lodge, and I have to find them. Dumra stares at you for a moment, then utters a hoarse chuckle. One of Lameshtu's own. That's quite a story you've spun, Your Grace. Next, you tell me I'm holding Rovagug down in the cellar. And where's your proof that I hide cultists? Your lodge is the only house in the neighborhood. And, she lifts her chin, is that a bad thing? To provide shelter for those who's lost? There are footprints leading to your lodge. So what? Folk come in this lodge every day, both from the flatlands and the swamps. Several hours' walk from your lodge is a shrine of Lameshtu. Baron, enough, the dwarf claps her hands. Here in the stolen lands, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some goblin's nest, or cursed ruins, or a shrine of something foul. I don't like your tone, Dumra. Really, the dwarf frowns, her eyes narrowing. And how would you react if a mob barged into your home and started troubling you and your guests? If you're expecting me to bow and scrape before you, then you're mistaken. I'm not gonna argue. Do you know who the guests are? Why should I? Dumra tilts her head, her eyes appraising you. I'm not their ward. They come, they prefer bed, they keep quiet. Why would I care who they are? A crime has happened, Dumra, and I need your help to find the culprit. So what did the culprit do wrong? Dumra's voice becomes thick, the corners of her mouth curl down. Shot a deer in someone's lands, and now the criminal has to run away as if she was an animal herself? Whatever it is, leave me out of it. Do you let everyone in? What are you hinting at, huh? Your guests, Dumra. Do you allow anyone who has to spend the night here? Dumra blinks several times, pondering her words. Of course, everyone. What else am I expected I'd do? Pick who gets a warm spot near the fireplace and who gets left out in the rain? I've let you in, you and yours, and you and your thugs, though you put terror at my other guests. Do you remember who came in last? I went to check my traps. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell you for sure, Your Grace. I have other questions. I'd like to examine your room, Dumra. Her hands tighten to fists, but she keeps them on her hips. She says nothing, merely stares at you defiantly. Listen, the sooner I cross you out of the suspect list, the better. I'll leave you alone. Do me a favor, give me your room key, and all of this will be over before you know it. Let's say I give you the key and use it to pin something bad on me. I won't allow it. Search the lodge up and down if you want, but stay out of my room. I'm not gonna ask twice, damn it. Put that key on the table now, or you'll regret talking back to your Baron. That's how it goes, she squints. If anything's against your liking, you start shaking your fists and rattling your weapons. Won't work with me. I'm under Arasel's protection, Your Grace, and the Great Hunter will not let anyone harm me. You're suspiciously stubborn in your refusal to help. She shakes her head. You may think whatever you like. As for me, I just don't like those who feel the need to meddle in the business of others. We'll return to this later. You have goods. What are Lawbringer gloves? Oh, it's part of the armor we need. Give me those. And give me that pendant as well. Alright, let's go look at some rooms. I wonder if I should bring my whole group. I do. Keston, you better watch this door, and your guards better not suck. I wish I could leave people downstairs to watch this place. Who's our perceptioner, by the way? I think it's our monk? Or our rogue. Let's just take our rogue in. Tedrim's chest. Let's check this one first. The bags contain Tedrim's clothes and personal belongings. The sheets are crumpled, the blanket is thrown aside. It seems that someone was sleeping on this bed not long ago.
That was easy.
There are no hunting bows, arrows, snares, nor any other sign the Tedrums have any hunting on their mind.
A trivial task.
I will take your cloak of resistance +2, though. I also can probably just lockpick my way into Dumra's room.
A trivial task.
Like that. I took some papers. I don't know what they're for, though. Receipts, shopping lists, and other people's pile over Dumra's table. The sheets on the bed look dirty. The old bed cover is sewn together from a number of patches. I don't think it's her.
Ugh, what a failure.
You didn't need to lockpick it, but you had the key.
That was easy.
This mattress covers bloodstained cloth and bandages.
A trivial task.
The chest contains modest clothing, some packed leftover food, a purse with herbs, and other personal belongings. So blood, you say? I'm also gonna open these doors.
A trivial task. That was easy. I'm there.
Nothing in here other than some loot.
A trivial task.
Ooh, what's that? Fancy looking padded armor and a masterwork falcata. So I think it's both of them.
I'm losing my temper.
I wonder if it tells me. What would this be under? Okay, I think it's...
Onwards!
Let's go talk to them, see if we can confront them about things. Maybe they'll crack under the pressure. You guys stay with
I'll
them.
make my own legend.
You're guarding the door.
We should move.
So are you.
I will see this through.
I want you to stand by Dumra just in case. Olika, why is there blood-stained undergarments in your room? Where's that from? Olika takes a step back, her eyes wide with fear. I'll explain. The woman lowers her head and rests her hands against her belly. I'm expecting a baby, but because of the journey or all the worry, something must have gone wrong. It hurts. She closes her eye tightly, and I bleed. I tried to find out what's wrong, to heal myself, to appease the gods. The priest of Erasmus told me he couldn't help. The goddess rejected my child, said it would be born dead. But I can't accept it. I can't give up. This child, my husband's child, it's all I have left of him. Olika hides her face behind her hands and starts to weep. You realize you get nothing more from her at this moment. You see that couple at the table? They are nobles from Restov. They claim you were the last one who came to the hall. But that's not true, it's not. Her voice trembles. Dumra, the hostess, she was the last one. I remember her coming through the kitchen.
I lead, you follow.
Alright, Rothar, go stand with her.
All this waiting bores me.
People say you came to the hall last. Right. She speaks slowly as if keeping her temper. I went up to the kitchen when this clumsy gal has knocked over some of my pots. What of it? Alright, let's go talk to Una and Kebron again. I've been to your room. I found no hunting weapons there. Kebron becomes white as a sheet. But you see, well, he licks his lips, which are now trembling slightly. Una, who is watching her husband closely, touches his shoulder lightly. I beg your pardon, Baron. She leans into Kebron and whispers something in his ear. You barely hear Una hiss. Get a hold of yourself, you fool. You'll ruin everything. These words seem to have the desired effect. Kebron suddenly straightens and smiles. Truth be told, it's a rather embarrassing matter. Kebron gives a hollow chuckle. I proved a much worse hunter than I thought. Just imagine, I managed to snap not one, not two, but 3 bowstrings in a day. Infuriated, I broke my bow across my knee. It shames me to even speak of it. Una smiles gently and looks aside. The woman in the kitchen is your cook? Yes, we can't imagine our lives without Sana. My constitution demands a unique diet. She studies you closely. A private matter if you don't mind. Come back to you later again.
Battles await.
I'm just gonna go through these. I don't think they're anything important. On the flatlands, they go for fox and deer, birds in the swamp. There's always a chance of running into something more dangerous, of course. There are no cougars in this land. Hey. Oh. Apparently you don't care about that.
We do
Or maybe
it
we can.
my
Hang on.
way.
Nope. Alright, anything else from Olika? She's looking less and less suspicious. The noble's
I
looking very
won't be
suspicious.
halted.
But I'm wondering if he's a red herring of some sort. Maybe Sana's the bad person.
Done.
It looks like something was burned in the stove just before our arrival. Let's ask. Everybody. We have nothing else to look at. Oh, there's a lore thing here. Hang on. Who's got lore religion?
Our time
Growthar.
has come.
There's Arastal's holy symbol above the fireplace. The god of the hunt and family protects their ties protect his place.
Without a doubt.
Did we miss something upstairs? Something vital? Who has good perception? It's you. Go look around.
Interesting.
Aha. Oh. We didn't have to break down the door, or lockpick the door.
A trivial task.
The back door was used recently.
I do what I must.
No one stands in my way.
We'll go back upstairs one more time. Check around to see if we didn't miss anything else. It's kind of a fun quest, I have to say. I like these kind of things. It's looking like the noble's guilty, but I'm just not 100% yet. I don't know if the dagger's important. I don't think so. I didn't update our journal when we picked it up, so I'm guessing it's not. I'm setting it everyone that's high perception just to make sure we didn't miss anything.
On.
Everyone that has perception looks around everywhere now. I think they're all Lamashtu followers, actually. I think this is a Lamashtu's secret location. Like, I think it's a...
We do it my way.
What's that thing? Oh, I have like a weird thing on my screen. It's stuck. Apparently I have a permanent perception check. Let's save and see what happens. Let's quick save. Alright, they are all suspicious. Oh, I wanted to do everyone. Well, Demra, it's time to tell the truth. What about? About what drives a gang of soldiers to break into homes in the middle of the night? Watch your tongue, cultist. Your act won't save you. Confess you worship wretched Lamashtu, and maybe the Baron will spare you a painful execution. Cultist, are you mad? My faith lies with the Rastal, no other. Indeed, odd to hear that from a hermit who prefers to live beside the monsters of the Gnarl Marches. Or do you claim to know nothing about the shrine of the Dark Goddess? Not in all my years have I been spoken to such. And if you won't listen, then there, look. She points to a grimy tablet over the fireplace, a bow and an arrow, symbols of Arastal. She takes a breath. As for this Lamashtu of yours, I know nothing about her and I don't want to. I admit that's clever, Arastal's symbol where everyone can see it, pretending to worship the god of the hunt. Keston looks back to Demra. This is your last chance, confess or else. All of a sudden, a loud noise comes from the kitchen. Keston turns surprised. What was that? He grabs his weapons. This prattle bores me. Death to the intruders. I'm gonna redo this and give her the...
Stand with me.
I knew it was Sana. She was very suspicious to me. I thought it was the noble. Well, Sana or the nobles. I was leaning more towards the nobles, but Sana, it definitely looked super duper guilty. Let's confront Sana and see what happens. Keston raises his brow. You think so? He thinks for a moment, then nods. As you wish, my baron, I'll bring her. I think, Sana, you know why I brought you here. The kitchen servant casts a wary look at Keston, then you. I would? How? Do you jest, my lord? She gives a half smile as if uncertain. How could I know what you were thinking? Enough. We know who you are. Lamashu won't help you. Keston shakes his head. Sana is silent for a moment, then straightens like a serpent, her eyes cold with contempt. Is that so? Her accent has vanished, the demeanor of a peasant shed like a cloak. Then you know little of our faith indeed. The Great Mother is with me. Prepare yourself for her. Her voice is like ice.
This will hurt.
Enough, I yield, she says. Stop, stop, I surrender, the priestess the last. She holds her hands over her bleeding wounds, moaning in pain. She raises the hem of her skirt and starts to wipe away the blood from her legs. Her right leg is covered with sores, oozing pus and yellow ichor. You and your minions unleashed a blight across my lands. Because of you, monsters overrun the barony, and honest people fear to leave their homes. The priestess of Lamashu shakes her head and tries to close her wounds, moaning, That's nonsense. I've heard stories about what's happening in your barony, human, but I have nothing to do with this. Oh, is she a Yanti or something? The Great Mother rules the monsters of this world, but if you had truly earned her wrath, your lands would be drowning in blood. No, Baron, you must look elsewhere to place blame. Lamashu and her followers have nothing to do with your troubles. Tell me about the cult. We are numerous and we are strong. The tribe of Lamashu followers grows every day, breeds, and spreads over the lands of Galorian in search for places to create new pacts. Where are the rest of Lamashu's cultists hiding? The woman's face turns to stone. You cannot make me betray the children of the Great Mother. Torture me if you like. Lamashu will grant me the strength to endure any pain you inflict upon me. Have you allied with the goblins and other creatures in the area? No, we have the same mistress, but our paths to faith are different. What ritual were you performing at the shrine? We prayed to Lamashu. We asked for new offsprings in the pack. We mate like wild animals, free of stupid prejudices. The priestess' lips curve in a grin. I'll spare you the details, humans. Those like you are unable to accept the greatness of our ancient faith. The more I hear about Lamashu, the more I favor this goddess. What else can you share with me? The priestess chuckles. Of course, Baron. Let us sit here like friends and have a heart-to-heart. Enough about that. I held no illusions you could grasp the wisdom of my goddess. All these people in the lodge, are they here because of you? The priestess shakes her head. They were searching for the blessing of Lamashu. Other gods have denied them, and they had to ask the mother of monsters for her benefaction. The couple from Restov, how did they come to meet you? Several years ago, the lawyer defended a necromancer in a court in his native city and he won the trial. Since then, all of Tedrum's attempts to conceive a child were doomed to fail. Erasma didn't want to prolong the bloodline of a man who protected those who raised the dead. Una has more brains than her spineless mate, so she sought the support of Lamashu. The child, of course, will bear the mark of the goddess, but Tedrums don't have much of a choice. Erasma's memory is long. How about the merchant's widow? Alika. She's a poor girl clinging to the unborn life in her womb. The seed of her husband was too weak. Alika's child is doomed to perish before coming to this world. Is the lodge hostess in this? The priestess of Lamashu looks at Dumra with disgust. This thoughtless thing? No, she did not see, was not smart enough to see what was transpiring under her nose. I won't offend the name of Lamashu by calling her hostess one of her tribe. Enough. Tell me who you are, quick now. I am the priestess of the cult of Lamashu, the Great Mother, the ancestor of monsters. The priestess struggles to raise her chin, her voice a hissed. I am not from these lands. I came here because of the pleas of your people who seek the mercy of my goddess. I came to these lands in secret. I hid my identity from everyone except those initiated in the mysteries of the Great Mother. Even the hostess of this lodge had no idea who I was, and those looking for divine benefaction found me on their own. And there are more than the followers of Erastil would believe. I have an order for you, Keston. Keston turns to you. Your Grace? Arrest everyone except for the lodge hostess. I want them all executed by morning. Keston hesitates. Your Grace, I realize these people are guilty and must be punished, but I will not harm a pregnant woman. She will be sent home. Keston's face hardens. That is the only resolution to this matter. Your Grace, wait. You can barely hear Alika's words through her sobs. Let me ask you. No, let me beg you. Allow the priestess to perform one last ritual. Let her save my child. I have no other hope except for Sana. Fine. Perform the ritual, then Keston will follow my orders. Servant of Lamashu, are you ready to help this woman? Only if you'll change my death sentence to banishment. Let me go. In return, I'll help Alika. Then after that, I'll leave these lands forever. Fine. We level up. Alright. I wonder how that played out in terms of alignment in total. We're really moving more towards neutral evil, aren't we? That's chaotic good. I think we're still way more evil than good, but we are sort of shifting towards the neutral evil. We're definitely sort of abandoning our lawful nature. Alright, Dummer, are you happier to see me now? Not really. Hey, I'd like to spend a night here, actually. 7 gold pieces. I'm the ruler of this land. Shouldn't I rest here without paying? 10 gold pieces, then. Fine. I like that. That's pretty funny, actually. Why is saving the game impossible right now? Weird. Oh, we're at 35 minutes. Okay, we're gonna call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys all next time. Take care.